In our situation, we don't have refugees as you know them here in Athens, but we have to deal with a huge issue of internal displacement because the conflict that we have for 50 years. 700,000 Colombians came to Medellin running away from violent situations, and that put a lot of pressure on the services that the city has to provide: health, schooling, transportation, and the most important of all of them is how to include them and how to make an inclusive strategy so they become part of your city and they feel citizens of Medellin. I think that's the main challenge, and it's something that we can share how in the past 2 decades Medellin has been dealing with this issue of internal displacement.
First of all, Thessaloniki is a city with a very high unemployment and a very bad local economy. So when you add to this the new population that is coming, that has already come and will come to Thessaloniki, we have to reconsider what we should do, what policies we should have in order, first of all, to keep social stability between the host communities and the new communities, and also see if we can see this as an opportunity to create new jobs, new services, and at the end of the day, thrive in our local communities.
I guess that the most important one is the way we can mobilize citizens, the host population, in this refugee welcoming. Because the public services, municipalities, or political power, or whatever, it won't be enough. And if we want a deep integration, even if it's a punctual one, of these refugees in our cities, we need the citizen to be involved. And there are experiences in other cities, especially in Athens, that are really interested for us.
Now it's very small, and it's only going to get bigger. We know that migration and millions of people that are now being displaced and are on the move are only going to get bigger and bigger, and it's going to be more and more of a pressing issue internationally, and that cities, again, are increasingly more and more the ones that will have to do things about it.
The main challenge is coordination. There's a lot of initiatives in place, but we work in silo, and that's why we're going to have soon a new bureau of coordination for housing, for emergency arrivals, for integration into the neighborhoods again, and all these steps. So there's be someone having an overview for the city in the future. The challenges are the same on different scale. We have to be sure to welcome well the people. We have to be sure that they're going to be well integrated again in the country. And we learned that what Greece is doing, actually, we do it right now in Montreal. So people see us sometimes in a wealthy country and well organized, but it's the same thing, again, on different scale.
Some of the challenges that have come up are really around immigrant integration. And then because of the 220 languages that are spoken in Los Angeles, we're really looking at linguistically isolated populations and figuring out how the city can best serve them, particularly around emergency preparedness and making sure that all of the people in the city have the resources and the education that they need to be successful.
The big challenge actually is really how to integrate Palestinian refugees even within the Palestinian cities. Integration means, they are self-integrated in many ways. It's up to them to leave the camp and also live in the surrounding cities, or even live outside Palestine, because many of them really immigrated outside, so they can really look for economic opportunities and improve their quality of life after really some long period living in these camps. And the challenge is, how can we really integrate them while not also compromising their political rights as refugees? So camps is a symbol for refugees and also the Palestinians on what happened to the Palestinians in 1948 and 1967. So this is really our biggest challenge, is not to compromise their rights while we are trying to integrate them.